4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, we're in Tampa at the Ask Gary Amphitheater today. Totally stoked to be interviewing P.O.D today at Uproar Festival. So, why don't you introduce yourself and what you do in the band?
My name's Sonny, and I'm the vocals in the band.
Alright, something I've been wondering about you guys. You guys just released your album, Murdered Love. Definitely one of my favorites this year. Who did the album art for that?
Invisible Creatures, the guys from Demon Hunter. They have their own separate graphics and design company, so I think we've worked with them before in the past on the last record, and we just love their work, and so kind of gave them an idea and then they ran with it.
Alright, something I've noticed about you, you have a lot of really cool tattoos. Is there one that really sticks out, like with a lot of meaning for you?
It's all just one tattoo at this point. You know what I mean? I have praying hands over my heart with my wife and my 3 kids' names. I pray hard, something I do every day. They all kind of blend, man.
Alright, now, think back to like 2001, you know, you just released your album, Satellite back then, and the song Alive was definitely a really big hit for you guys. What inspired you to write that song? I've always wondered that.
Well, you know, I always want to be a band that's hopeful, you know, and has a positive message, and that's just my journey of faith, you know what I mean? I'm a new creature in Christ and in my faith, and so it's just something I try to experience every day, you know, walking in the presence of God. But, you know, at that point I was a new daddy, you know, it's just a lot of things to feel alive about, you know.
So on that note, how does having kids and being a father, you know, put yourself as a musician, how does that put into perspective, like, everything you do as a musician?
Well, it should put everybody does, and if you're a daddy or a mommy, in perspective, no matter what your career is, you know. I've been in this game 20 years, so it's like I've been to the mountaintop and back, and at the end of the day, I'd rather be known as a you know, a great husband and a good daddy than the singer of a rock and roll band, you know. And that's why I have my son on the road. You know, we do homeschooling. I got 2 kids at home. You know, I mean, you've seen the VH1 stories. It's like it's a facade and it's fake, you know, and everybody lives the rock and roll pipe dream. But, you know, he reminds me of my priorities, and that's God, my family, and, you know, trying to be a good person.
So, in your, like, basically 20 years of being a musician, what are some of the big sacrifices you've had to make as a person?
Well, definitely being away from home, you know. Like I said, I'm lucky because he's on the road with me. But, you know, those days and weeks and sometimes even months away from home, that's the most challenging part, you know, because if I can get paid to be a daddy, I would, you know what I mean? But this is my job, and I've been doing it for a long time, but that's the biggest sacrifice. So I try to not be on the road more than, I don't think we've ever been on the road more than 2 months, and then we try to get, you know, quality time at home, and you know, but now that he's with me, it makes it a little bit easier.
Alright, now, you guys went on hiatus for about something like almost 4 years since you released When Angels and Serpent Stance back in '08. Was there anything that really renewed you and revitalized you as a band to come back and hit the album and rode hard?
Yeah, man. At that point, we did that record, and we were doing some international touring and stuff, and I just got tired. You know, I just got tired of the business. You know, we become such a brand, and it's like you just keep playing shows, and it's almost like it really did become work, and you start to lose the love for it, you know, and the passion for it. The industry's crumbling, and nobody really cares about music anymore. It's just like whoever's the hottest, you know, the newest 12-year-old to make it big, you know. It's like, so at that point I was just done, you know, and I think just going through a lot of personal things myself was like, I just want to go home, be with my family, my you know, my kids, my wife, and it was more of a spiritual kind of thing for me too, just to say, you know what, I love what I do so much that I'm willing to put it down, you know, and never pick it up again if that's the way it's supposed to be. And so we took a little hiatus, and then, you know, I felt that, I mean, obviously, music's my calling beyond just trying to be a rock and roll guy. It's just more like people get something out of our music. I get something out of our music, and so we continue to do it if somebody's listening. And so we we came back and wrote a record on our own terms, you know, and here we are.
All right. How do you feel? How do you personally feel about Murder Love as a whole, and how do you really want it to impact listeners?
I love it. It sounds cliche, but I've never said this about any of our other records, but I think it's our best record to date in 20 years. I'm very, very proud of it. You know, it's got a lot of old school roots on it. I think the messages are clear in the record, and I hope that, you know, I hope that believers are empowered. I hope that people that are struggling with anything from addictions to just, you know, being suicidal can grab some hope out of it and some love. But not just that soft, fluffy, pillowy type of hope, but more of an empowering, you know, I'm more than a conqueror type of vibe, where it's like, you know what, I don't have to be hurting all the time. I don't have to be struggling, and I don't have to be depressed all the time. I can take this power that, you know, God has given me through His Spirit and be able to survive no matter what I go through in my life. And so, you know, I really do hope it empowers anybody who listens to it.
So how is it working with Howard Benson for the first time since you released Satellite? What does he bring to the table as a producer? You guys sort of like.
Well, we did Payable on Death with him, and that's when the labels and stuff, everything started to shift, and, you know, even that album started to get they got shelved, you know, but we're his first gold and platinum record, so, you know, we've experienced and tasted success together. He's gone on to do more than just rock records. He's done like American Idol records and all kinds of stuff, experimented, and, you know, we've stayed close and working hand in hand with him, just even on our off time, and he was always like, you know, if you guys decide to do a new record, I want to do it, you know, and that's because he knew that he can make a real rock record with us and not just him doing all the work and getting, you know, writers to do it. It's just like, hey, you guys come in, let's just work together and we'll bang out a killer record. And so, you know, we have a lot of love and respect, and we're grateful for Howard.
On your last two records, you've had guest vocals like Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies, who else? Paige Hamilton from Helmet, and also Jamie Jostin Sendog from Cypress Hill on your new record. What's it like working with guys like that? What do they bring to the table?
It's you know what, if anything, that's just more for us. I think it's just more of an honor and a privilege to, like, be able to do something like that, you know, where it's, you know, it's just saying, hey, these are guys that, you know, we grew up listening to, or that, you know, we have relationships with, you know, and love to make music with them. And so it's more fun for us, you know. In the past, we've done stuff with HR from Bad Brains, you know, Ika Mouse, Modest Yahoo before he blew up, Katy Perry before she blew up, you know what I mean? It's just like, these are relationships that we have, and experimental stuff that we like to do. It's just fun. It's just fun to do.
Yeah, like the fact that Katy Perry was in your Goodbye for Now music video, doesn't that just blow you away to how big she is now?
Yeah, it trips me out, because she was such like just a little scrub, you know, coming through, just a little kid, and she's awesome. She was, you know, we always knew she was talented, and just to see, you know, this, all of a sudden, you went from like a little scrub that now this industry's made you this diva. It's just kind of, you know, that's kind of the ins and outs of this industry that we, you know, I could sit back and be like, you know, I don't buy into it. You know, she's a talented woman, and it's just funny to see how things unfold, you know.
All right, what's your set list looking like for Uproar? Do you guys switch it up every night, or does it stay the same?
It stays the same. We might change one or two songs from here and there. It kind of just depends on the crowd, you know. But, you know, we're trying to, obviously we play the songs most people know, and then a few songs off the new record, and, I mean, obviously the new single that's doing so well, and yeah, it's a good time.
All right, now how do you think you as a band, and also you personally, how do you think you stay relevant for almost 20 years in a band?
I just think you don't try, you know. You stop trying, you just, you know, if you look at P.O.D 20 years ago, it's like we still look the same. We've all gotten older and a little bit heavier. It's like, but we're still wearing Chucks and Dickies, and, you know what I mean? It's like nothing's changed. This is a lifestyle music. Compare that to a lot of the guys that have been around, you know, even half as much as we have. Their sound has changed, their look has changed, their hair, their makeup, It's just, it becomes trendy, you know. So for us, I think the streets never change. This is what it is.
All right. Another question for you. I've read in some bios of you that when you were like trying to find your way in the like local music scene, like before you released or even recorded Fundamental Elements of Southtown, did you guys really turn down a record deal before that? And if so, can you tell us more about that?
We did everything ourselves independently and stuff, and then we had gotten some offers from like I mean, we, you know, it's even now people want to label you as a Christian rock band, you know what I mean, because we've been open about our faith. And so we had even got offers from like Christian companies, and it's like I don't try to disrespect that, but it's like this is bigger than some type of scene. We're not like boxed into a Christian community, or we don't play churches, you know. It's like we're not going to do that. We'll play anywhere if they'll let us, but it's like our music is bigger than just saying I'm a part of only this people, or so we just turned down that and said, hey, we're grateful, we're thankful, but we do believe that there's a bigger picture.
All right, well, that about wraps up our interview today. It's definitely nice getting to know you. Thanks, anyway, that about wraps it up. Hi to my friend Mariah Noel, because you are fantastic and you totally wanted me to give you a shout out today. And have fun the rest of the tour, man.
Thanks,
it's been nice getting to know you. It's been Bradley Dillon for Introduce Yourself Scene and
Sonny Sandoval.
All right, take care. Thanks for watching.